On to race number 6 then, and race number 6 at Sha Tin on Sunday, Class 4 again. This over the 1200 metres, headed by Classic Posh for David Hall. He goes to Jerry Chow to take £10 off from barrier 3. Scores of fun, 1 from 1 last season. Joe Mera back on board from barrier 1. Neil Callan jumps on board more than enough again. He rode him to victory back in July of last season. Above Hall and Robot Warrior make their debuts. We've got Inno Legend, Zach Purton from barrier 10 for Manfred Mann. He returns for the new season. Fortune Tipple out of Griffin Company for the first time, down to Smart Charade, Stock Legend and Golden Mission, who's had a run this season, finishing 4th to Winston's Lad. Scores of fun, Robot Warrior, Happily Friends and Flying Spirit, Tom, are the horses that have been up at Chung Fa.
Again, a lot of horses in this race, 8 horses, 4 runs or less, so a few lightly tried types here. Robot Warrior's had 12 barrier trials in total coming into this. Visor goes on. He might be up there. Alternate leader possibly Scores of Fun if Robot Warrior isn't there. More than enough for his race to handy in his few runs. Above all, he's on debut, might find it a little tough from out there. Happily Friends and Fortune Triple there towards the inside.
He Scores of Fun, he's 1 from 1. He's on the inside. He's just racing with an unnamed horse by Reset, which is now with John Sires as well. Look, his work's been reasonable, going pretty well here. The tongue tie will go on for his second start. Inno Legend with Zach Purton aboard, only had the limited starts last season, 2 in fact, does it nice and easy, and he'll jump on for the first time, Zach, so he's nice and quiet in his work. And the other one we're having a look at here is Fortune Triple. He goes well here. He's again, he's only had the 2 starts in Griffin form, so he looks like he's improved a little bit, coming from Griffin into matured a bit, is probably the right word.
All right, let's start off with one of the debutants above all. Now, he's had a few trials, Tom, because he was actually in training with John Moore last season, but didn't get to the track. Now with Tony Millard.
He was 340,000 out of the English 2-year-old sale. He was caught wide in the most recent barrier trial, but pushed out, and he did respond when asked on this occasion by Antoine Hamlin. He rides, but just wasn't sure where he was going to end up in the run, Paul, with gate number 7.
He's a little bit tricky. He's had the 4 trials you mentioned. He's 1,049 pounds. So he's a little bit smaller than some of the other deep fields that we've seen here. Look, he's definitely on the improve, though. Whether this is his right race, we'll find out.
Inno Legend, then the next one we see again back at the trials. He had just the 2 starts last season, Paul, but certainly as far as his price was concerned, he went from over 100 to 1 to inside 10 to 1. He
did, didn't he? There was he came right in after that debut run, which was pretty good. Look, this trial's not too bad either. Zach Purton's jumping aboard. So, look, there's a lot of positives there. I got him in the numbers, but on a minor line.
Yeah, Zach rode him in his first trial coming into this. Zach in that trial there was riding, of course, Chicken Dance, but he had some support last time out after running a decent race, but he's run into a couple of handy horses.
All right, what about Stock Legend, Tom? I think he's looks to improve for mine through the off-season.
Yeah, blinkers off, visor on now with Francis Loy. Vincent Ho rides. The blinkers and the hood were on in this recent barrier trial, and when he got clear, I thought he ran on quite nicely out wider. I thought he'd been an improver in this contest. Gate number 5, so he's drawn kindly. He was only beaten 3 lengths last start, but he was certainly doing his best work late here, Paul.
Yeah, I like this trial. I'm going to actually make him the each-way play for the meeting. I thought, look, he's going nicely, and Scores of Fun was going to have to give him weight.
All right, Classic Posh got the big weight. He would have the big weight if it wasn't for Jerry Chow taking £10 off his back. He returns. His final start, we saw him last July, Paul, runner-up behind Skyfield. Yeah,
and look, you could see at the start there, and then he's come out and done this afterwards. I thought he weaved his way through and hit the line strongly, so it was a nice enough race from him. Jerry Chow's aboard. I just wonder if he can be. He looks like he could have a few tricks, Classic Posh. That just worries me a little bit.
Yeah, you could see he was awkward away there. I've included him, Classic Posh. He made good ground. He was certainly the best of the rest in that last race behind the smart horse Skyfield.
All right, but this is Scores of Fun as our favourite. The only footage we have for him, as far as the racecourse is concerned, Paul, is this win-beating Golden Link.
Yep, and there's quite a good form race as well. Golden Link's run well, and Sky Darcy in the green colours who couldn't get a run there. He's come out and he won very impressive at his next start. So it's a good form race he's come out of. He's 1 from 1. he's one of the main dangers.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's had an epiglottic issue, and John Size opted to put the tongue tie on, and he feels he has had benefit from that. So that's why he's wearing the tongue tie this time round. He's at 2.2. I think he's plenty short enough, but I think he can still win. All
right, one more horse then to check on, and it's Golden Mission that we're having a look at here, Paul. Now, this was behind Winston's Lad first up this season, covered a bit of ground. Yeah,
I reckon he's come on quite a bit from this race as well. He's wide the whole way. He's drawn 13, that's the only problem, so he might get a similar run. But I thought that there's definitely been improvement there, so I found a spot for him.
I think they're likely to go back with him this time round from gate number 13. Really, all things considering, it was a huge effort from him to be only 2.5 lengths from the winner at Winston's Lad, who descended on the scene here quickly. But he is eligible for a lower class. Well, they might have taken that, but they're happy to run with the lighter weight here in Class 4. But all things considering, there it was a massive effort.
Yeah, it's still a maiden though after 14 starts so far. Scores of fun, Paul, probably not surprisingly our favourite.
Yeah, he looks the one to beat at 2.2. He's come up pretty short. So I'm going to make the each-way play here, Stock Legend. He gets £16 off Scores of Fun. Fresh up, I think this is where he could beat him. So I've got him on top to beat Scores of Fun. Golden Mission definitely come on from his last start. And Ono Legend on the back of that trial. So 13, 2, 14, 7. But at 14s and 3s, happy to go each way the 13.
2 and 1, the Quinella. Scores of Fun, and also a Classic Posh for David Hall and Jerry Chow with the weight off. I think they're probably the two here. Throne and Paul's runner, he likes Stock Legend. He seems to have improved with that recent trial, change of stable as well. And I did throw in Golden Mission if he can get the right sort of run in the race with the lightweight Alexi Bedell jumping on board here. Just has that awkward stall to overcome. So 2, 1, 13, 14.
I've got all the respect in the world for Scores of Fun, but I just wonder whether Inno Legend might catch him fresh up. I wasn't blown away by his trial Scores of Fun, so I'll take him on with Inno Legend here in race number 6. Still some really good racing to come, a couple of Class 3s and Class 2. Up next for us, though, is race number 7, another Class 4 of the 1400.